Japan faces a big challenge. Every minute, 3 people die, but only about 1 baby is born. This means Japan's population is shrinking very fast. It is like a quiet ending happening now. In 2024, Japan saw the lowest number of births ever. Many more people died than were born. So, Japan loses almost 1 million people each year. Imagine a large city disappearing every year. The year 2025 is very important for Japan. It is called the point of no return for the world's third largest economy. Why is this year special? Because in 2025, about 6.5 million baby boomers will turn 75 years old. These people were born after the Second World War, between 1947 and 1949. When they reach 75, Japan will become a super-aged society with more very old people than any country has ever known. This event is called the 2025 problem. This problem will bring many new difficulties. Soon, 1 in 3 citizens will be 65 or older, and 1 in 5 will be 75 or older. When people reach 75, they often need more medical help and daily care. Healthcare costs will rise greatly. They will also need more support from caregivers. This will put big pressure on Japan's hospitals and healthcare system. It will also strain pensions and change the job market as fewer young workers will be available. Japan is not just facing a problem, it is like a huge laboratory for the world. It is the first rich country to grow old before it becomes poor. It is where adult diapers sell more than baby diapers. Here, the past seems stronger than the future, as young people numbers drop. Other nations like China, South Korea, and countries in Europe and North America are watching Japan closely. They want to learn. The big question is, can a nation shrink well, or will it completely fall apart? This chapter will introduce this important situation. We will look at the 2025 problem and its main reasons. We will explore how Japan is trying to manage these changes. This book will help us see if Japan can show the world a new path. Can a country stay strong and stable even as it gets older and smaller? Japan's story is a warning, but it also offers lessons for adapting to an aging world. 2. Too many old people. Japan faces a big financial challenge. It has the highest debt among rich countries. Now, the money needed for pensions and healthcare for old people is growing very fast. Japan already spends about 1/10 of its total income on caring for older citizens. This amount will increase a lot from 2025, making the financial situation even harder. The people born right after World War II are called baby boomers. They worked hard and helped Japan become a very strong economy in the 1980s. They built big companies and created many jobs. They lived through a time when jobs often lasted a lifetime. But now, these same people are getting older. The system they helped create is facing huge pressure because of their long and healthy lives. This generation now sees the system they built struggling to support them. Experts who study populations, called demographers, explain why the age of 75 is so important. They describe it as a biological cliff. This means that when people reach 75, their need for medical care often triples very quickly. Their health costs become much higher. Professor Yuki Yasuhiro, an expert from Shokutoku University, warns that Japan might face a care collapse after 2025. This means there might not be enough care for everyone who needs it. Japan already has too few caregivers. In 2015, there was a shortage of 40,000 people to help old citizens. By 2035, this shortage could reach almost 800,000 workers. Also, Japan has fewer doctors compared to other rich countries, making the healthcare system even strained. This situation creates a big problem for the future. As more and more people get old, the number of young workers gets smaller. So, who will be left to care for the elderly?
When there are more old people needing help than there are young people working, the burden becomes very heavy. How will Japan find enough people to provide care for its many older citizens when the labor force keeps shrinking? No more weddings. The number of babies born in Japan is falling fast. Many people wonder why. Some think young Japanese do not want relationships, but this is not the full truth. The real reasons are more about money and how society has changed. For 3 decades, workers' pay in Japan has stayed almost the same. In 1990, the average yearly wage was about 4 million yen. Today, it is still around that amount. Other rich countries like the United States, Germany, and France have seen wages go up. Japan is the only developed country where this has not happened. This makes life very hard for young people. 50 years ago, rent was a small part of a family's money, maybe 5%. Now it takes a quarter or even a third of a person's income. Imagine a young salaryman in Tokyo. He works many hours, sometimes until late at night. He dreams of having his own family, but his pay is not enough. He might not be able to afford a simple one-bedroom apartment by himself. With rent so high and wages so low, buying a home or even saving for a family feels impossible. This is why many young people put off marriage. It is not that they don't want to marry, they just can't afford it. Marriage has become a luxury. In Japan, there is a strong idea that men should earn a lot of money. They are expected to be the main provider for their family. Women often look for a husband who has a stable job and earns a good income. But today, many men do not have these things. The number of men with part-time or temporary jobs has almost doubled in recent years. If a man does not have a good high-paying job, he is seen as economically unattractive in the marriage market. This makes it very hard for him to find a partner. Most babies in Japan are born only after marriage, so fewer marriages mean fewer babies. A traditional Japanese wedding costs a lot of money, sometimes millions of yen. For many young couples, this cost is too high. These ceremonies often show how rich a family is, creating a gap between those who can afford to marry and those who cannot. This social divide is making it even harder for Japan to have more children and keep its population from shrinking. 4. Helping young people. Japan faces a big challenge with fewer young people marrying and having babies. To address this, the Tokyo government started a new plan. In September 2024, it launched its own official dating app called Tokyo and Musubi. This app is part of the Tokyo Futari Story initiative. The government hopes this new way will encourage more people to find partners and start families. The Tokyo dating app has strict rules. Users must show official papers that they are legally single. They also need to sign a promise that they want to marry. A tax document is needed to check their annual income. The app asks for 15 personal details, like height, education, and job. A required interview with app staff ensures all information is true. These strict steps show the government's strong effort to help people find love online. They aim to give a gentle push to those who are hesitant to seek a partner. Beyond dating apps, the government is also changing work policies. From April 2025, the Tokyo Metropolitan Government began offering some employees a 4-day workweek. This means working 4 days instead of 5. Governor Yuro Koike explained this policy helps women continue their careers even after having children. More broadly, this shorter workweek is also meant to give people more time. This extra time can be used to meet new people, go on dates, and build relationships. The government believes that more free time might lead to more marriages and families. The Japanese government also supports other matchmaking efforts. Since 2015, it has funded services like speed dating events arranged by local authorities. Some areas have marriage promotion committees to assist people. Different cities have tried various methods, from online dating platforms to smart computer matching programs. In 2024, Japan committed $23 billion over 3 years to boost the birth rate. This money goes to child allowances and help with fertility treatments. However, many people question if these government plans can truly solve the problem. Critics say these efforts only treat the surface issues, not the main reasons young people are not marrying. It is difficult to encourage people to have children if they can't afford them. A dating app can't change the problem of low wages and high housing costs that many Japanese face. Long work hours also leave little time for relationships. So, a big question remains. Can the government really fix the human heart? Or is it just dealing with the signs of a much bigger issue in society? 5. Money and diapers. Japan is changing in many ways. One